Good morning, everybody. I would like to direct your attention to the coffee cup that I can't quite turn around. Oh, for Fox's sake. Yeah, sorry. It's messy. It's got some spills on it. Welcome to this episode of Weekly Spark with Fox as our motif. This is actually going to be the last one for September. The month kind of got away from me a little bit. So I'm going to do this double page spread, and I'm going to use probably these two, maybe one sitting and one standing. What I did was I printed these out on cardstock, and I'm going to cut those out, and I can use these as a quick and easy stencil. So if I do it carefully, I can keep the fox shape as a mask and then have the backing as a stencil. So maybe I'll play with both of those ways. I don't really have a plan for this page other than I want to work with the stencil. And I think that I'm going to do greens and golds and kind of autumn leaf colors. I am ready for it to be fall. Still a bit warm, still a bit humid. I mean, the weather's really, really nice, but I'm not quite ready for sweaters, but you know what I mean. So I am going to cut these out off camera because that is a little bit fiddly and that's not as exciting to watch. And so when I come back, I'll dive into this. I am going to pull some paper scraps as well while I'm off camera. So I'll show you those when I come back. Like I said, I don't really have a plan, so I think I'm going to go with the flow, have it be a little abstract, work on some layering, just play with the materials. Before I cut these out and really get started, I will invite you to subscribe to the channel, to like this video, to hit the notification bell, to do all those YouTube things, because that's great and that really helps the channel out. As you know, if you're here or if you're new, I do post new art journaling content on Wednesdays, my weekly spark. And I'm trying to get a few new things in there. We'll see how that goes once the Fall Arts Festival calendar settles down a little bit. So today I'm going to drink my coffee. I'm going to put on some music or something on my iPad to watch. And so I'll come back in as a voiceover if there's anything else I need to tell you. So stay tuned and enjoy. I really do like these Ranger Ink Tim Holtz Distress sprays. I like that I can get a little, I don't know, variety, texture with the speckles in there. And I had done this collage element, and there was that one chunk in the middle on the right-hand side where I didn't have any paper. And I liked where everything else was laying, so I didn't really want to add more paper, but I needed to get rid of the white of the page coming through. And so these were perfect. I could put them in other places to break up areas, but then I could also give this kind of earthy, brownish, greenish tone right there in the center. I had tumbled twigs and I can't remember all the names. I had a mossy green and the orange one, and just, colors that are pulled to go with this palette. I blot them in for a couple reasons, mainly because they're really wet and I'm impatient and I don't want to wait for them to dry, but also changes the texture a little bit. It's not such a specific splatter pattern, and it helped me fill in the area a little more evenly, a little faster. So although I'm not using this as a mask, it is really nice to have this piece intact because then I can assess the composition better and see where it's going to fit. And in the end, I decided to stencil this so that his tail is not even on the page. I decided to do that because the handmade paper with the leaf fern print on it was really yummy, and I didn't want to cover all of that up with this black silhouette stencil. So I made that choice. I mean, I think that the fox tail in the silhouette is really one of its identifying features, but we have that on the left-hand side of the spread, so I don't think there's going to be any question as to what this silhouette creature is. So I believe this is a scrap of drywall tape that would go on seams. Something drywall construction-y. I have a roll of it. It's awesome. It's a really heavy fabric, and it's nice to have these tiny little dots. There was no rhyme or reason. I just wanted to put in a little more orange here, a little black there, to kind of balance out the colors that are across this spread. And it's a nice small scale thing because all of the other elements in this collage, the foxes, the leaves, even the branches, are a bit larger in scale. And so I like having that scale change to add a different kind of level of interest. For that same reason, kind of level of interest, I wanted to do black on one side of these branches. Brings in some of the black from the silhouettes, but it makes the branches read a little more prominently and just gives a little more detail. Since they were in a burnt sienna brown on top of the orange, they were a bit more mellow. I didn't want to go full black in doing a silhouette of the branches because I didn't want that to compete with the foxes. So this is a Posca pen, and my page was mostly dry, so it went on without getting too gunked up in the stickiness of the gel medium. So there we have it. I'm definitely welcoming autumn in with this last page with the fox motif. Thank you for tuning in. I do hope you come back next Wednesday for another episode of Weekly Spark, where I'll announce the theme for October. I cannot believe it is October already. Until then, I hope you get some time to get creative and take it to the page in your art journal.